Part 2. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about Camilla's background and the timeline of events that are important to know for the series. Camilla was born Camilla Rosemary Shand on July 17, 1947. She was raised in East Sussex and South Kensington by her parents, a British Army officer turned businessman Bruce Shand, and her mother, the Honourable Rosalind Shand, daughter of the 3rd Baron of Ashcombe. She has 2 siblings, a brother and a sister. Interesting of note, one of her maternal great-grandmothers, Alice, was a mistress of King Edward VII from 1898 to 1910. So we're going to skip ahead to where Camilla and Charles cross paths. Contrary to popular belief, their first meeting is not at a polo match, although they certainly both enjoy the sport. In 1971, Camilla and Charles meet for the first time through a mutual friend. At this point, Camilla is no longer with her boyfriend, Andrew Parker Bowles, who has moved on to court Princess Anne, Charles's sister. Truly, everyone knows each other. The pair start seeing each other until around 1973, when the relationship is ended or put on hold because Charles enters the British Navy. There's been a lot of speculation over why the relationship ended, who might have been pulling the strings and hoped Charles would fall in love with someone else. But also, there's this idea that he wouldn't have been able to marry Camilla anyway because she was a commoner and allegedly not a virgin. In 1973, Camilla and Andrew Parker Bowles marry. Allegedly, around the 1980s, Camilla and Charles start up a physical relationship again. There's also been claims that it started earlier, and reportedly, Andrew Parker Bowles was fine with it, but he might have been looking elsewhere as well. Charles and Diana marry in 1981, and yes, Camilla Parker Bowles is in attendance. Allegedly, it's around 1986 when Camilla and Charles start back up again. Charles and Diana separate in 1992. In 1993, the Camilla and Charles tapes from 1989 leaked. This is the tampon story. Charles admits in a 1994 interview with ITV that he did, in fact, cheat on Diana. Camilla and Andrew divorce in early 1995. That same year, in November, Diana has the Panorama interview in which she utters this famous line.
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
In February of 1996, Charles and Diana divorce. Stay tuned for part 3 when we are going to dive into the archives and look at some early mid-90s coverage of Camilla.